Hello everyone, I am Laxxus and with me here I have Lucha Jim. And this is Plok on the Super Nintendo. It's a great game. It is, I would say it's kind of a cult classic game. It's, for SNES standards, quite challenging, but it's a fun game, and even if you don't like the game, the music composed by the legendary Tim Follin is just phenomenal. So, let's get right into it. Oh yeah, this is also the any percent category, so I will be using some warps, most of them intentional, some not so intentional, but we'll get to that. So...
Alright, do you want me to give you a countdown?
Sure.
Alright, go in 5, 4, 3. I don't know when the start
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect.
Anyway, warp. We get to use the helicopter right now. It's
Yes.
probably the best controls on the Super Nintendo.
It controls absolutely horrible.
Right. I mean,
so-
I only mean if someone like hits your hands with a hammer and anyways. Yeah, we need to get through this to get a warp. In most games, when you try to warp, you just something like Battletoads, you just need to get to the warp and that's done. But not in Plok. Oh no, you have to do these horrible vehicle stages to get to skip stages.
And the later warps are actually really hard to do. These early ones are not too bad. Tricky jump here, nice.
Nice buzzsaw. So I should quickly explain that the way Plok works is he has. You can see he's using his limbs as projectiles, but that also it's not just cosmetic. It can if he uses all his limbs, he'll be just bouncing on his torso for a bit, or he'll be on one foot or whatever.
Yeah, and there's later one stage where you're actually forced to play without your feet for half the stage. Everyone loves it.
No, it's great. But yeah, each stage. Well, what the plot of the game is? What are we trying to do? What is the plot?
So at first, Plok is just trying to get his flag back because someone stole it. So he's going around this first island looking for his flag. And then once he finds it, which will happen soon because we walk past some stuff, then he realizes that there are fleas everywhere, and for some reason fleas are like the arch enemies of Plok. Don't ask
what
me
even
why.
is Plok?
Plok is Plok. That's just
okay.
how it is.
So we have now the unicycle. Well, actually controls a lot better than the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
I can also shoot, but I don't need to.
What is that? Like a? It's not a water gun, is it?
I think it is.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like foam for a second, but
Yeah. So now we skip the first island basically. It's
Yep,
like
there
the
was a
first
boss.
boss.
Yep.
But it's an easy one. And now this is his home.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kind of mini castle.
And yeah, there was a flea, and now he's very concerned about the fleas, and that's a statue of his grandpappy, who's also named Plok. Yeah, he thinks about a weapon to hide the fleas, and his grandpappy actually had that and put it somewhere, and he doesn't remember. So we have this flashback to Grandpappy Plok's time.
Yep. So now we go into black and white time. This is familiar with people like the Cherry Point. They remember things like this. Got a nice grandpa mustache.
Yeah, that's the important difference.
Yep,
And
that matters.
these stages, apparently, originally they were meant to be the first stages of the game. So they are all very short and pretty simple, but also very important.
It should also be mentioned that when you finish a stage, if it's deathless, you get a Plok letter, P-L-O-K, that you can see in the top right. If you get all 4, you get a continue or Plok continue.
Yeah, the continue system, we have to talk about that in a moment. Let's say after this upcoming stage, because there's like a little trick coming up. The continue system in this game is pretty weird, and we will abuse it in some ways.
Bar humbug.
So here I tried to jump into one of those buzzsaws and like clip through the ceiling basically to get higher up.
Oh, nice first try.
Nice.
Hold on.
That saves me going up and around, like to the right and around. It's like a 15-second time save. So it's nice I got that. Okay, so the continue system. Well, first of all, they originally wanted to have saves for this game, but that was too expensive for the publisher, so they got this continue system. So there are basically continues that stay that you can go back to over and over again after each island. So there are like 4 islands, I think, in total. So that doesn't mean after each boss, so after each island. And then there are one-time continues. Those you get with those Plok letters. Usually when you beat a stage deathless, but don't take a warp, then you get one.
And he has to get all of these to activate the bonus proper. If you miss even one, it doesn't count.
Yeah, if you miss one, you don't get the warp.
Yeah.
So usually you get a Plok letter for beating a stage deathless, and also in some stages there are some letters just.
Oh yeah! Don't you love the start of the stage? Just logs coming from the sky and
it's
hitting
perfect.
you. Yeah.
Perfect. So in some stages you can collect a Plok letter. Just sitting around in the stage, sometimes hidden, sometimes pretty open. And if you get a continue that way, it will give you a continue point after the stage you got it in. That is important. Which makes technically sense. What sauce, by the way? Which technically makes sense because usually you get one at the end of the stage, so...
it's a way of basically a level skip if you use it in a certain way.
Exactly, that's what we will abuse for this system. In some stages we just get a ladder and get a continue that way, and then game over, and that will just skip that stage completely. And on some longer stages that is way faster and easier.
So now we're coming up to the boss.
Yes, technically the second boss, but for us the first boss.
Since we skipped it, but the first boss is somewhat similar to this, but this is
yeah, the first boss is the same, just 2 of these guys, but now we have 3, and we kind of have to juggle them.
Yeah, we got to juggle the Bobbin brothers.
They get out of hand, it can get pretty ugly.
Got to keep a bit of a rhythm to this.
Yeah. But as long as you can juggle them like that, it's totally fine. Sometimes they just jump up straight and that ruins it, but
yeah, this is
they were nice.
Yeah, they're easy peasy. Well done.
Alright, time for a donation if you have one.
I do indeed. We have $10 from Joker saying he's ready. That one goes going towards the Space Girls All Cosmo Chicks category upgrade. So thank you very much for that. Also do remember, your donations cannot only go to a target, but the same amount can also go towards a poll. And we currently have one open for Theatre Rhythm of the final bar line, the team choice. So please get your donations in for that as well.
Thank you, and thank you to Joker for the donation.
Alright, that was the flashback to Grandpappy Plok, and Plok fell asleep, and that amulet was hidden under that statue all along, so now we can use it, and we can charge like a buzzsaw move.
Yeah, now the objective of the game, the Plok changes. we now have to get these fleas in the bottom right corner. You can see the meter. That is kind of the aim for basically the rest of the game. But he's going to take some intentional deaths.
Yeah, now in most upcoming stages, I have to kill all the fleas before I can get to the end of the stage and finish it. But here I will do what I was talking before. I will get a continue and then I game over to actually skip this stage, because this stage is very long and I don't want to play it.
Yeah. So you can see also in the middle a little Plok head that's yellow and it's filling up every time we get the shells. So if you fill it out, you get an extra life.
Yeah, so I try to avoid actually getting shells, so I wouldn't get an extra life.
Because what you use the shells for is basically ammunition for the buzzsaw attack to wipe out the fleas in particular really quickly.
Now we have like the hardest boss fight basically, very precise.
Yeah, this is really janky for being able to hit them down. You have to like hit the button, and at the same time the button activates whatever those circle things are, and then they get knocked to the ground and you hit them. It's a little bit difficult to line it all up. But yeah, if you can get multiple like that, it's really good. And yeah, they drop projectiles from sky. And you can also, take boosts up to hit them like that. Pending you have it up. No, well done. Great fight. Do we have time for quick donation?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Please
Wonderful. We have $5 from Rakor saying Plok Pog. Thank you very much for that donation.
Thank you. Also, I believe in this game, there's something strange about when you make it to a certain island about continues, right? Where you can just continue.
Yeah, so technically we gotta continue after like the not this boss fight, but the one before, because that was like the end of that island. But this boss right there does not give a permanent continue spot. So this island here is actually the biggest one, and it has 3 bosses in total. So this is at the point where it's like, for a casual playthrough, pretty rough, because it's like a really long stretch before you get a real continue point.
But this stage also, we have another warp, I believe.
Yes.
That's coming up.
We have to
And
skip
that's
right
good.
here.
Nice. Right, saves a lot, Pat.
Okay, go on
That, nice. Yeah, this one actually casually is a bit annoying to. It's another one of the bonuses that's not a vehicle stage, but one where you have to collect all the shells.
Yeah, and these are like, if you don't know where they spawn, it's impossible.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it first try. It's very unlikely.
And this is like the buzzsaw move that I was talking about, that you can charge up and then you can kill enemies with that.
Yeah, he's wasting them so he doesn't get too much to get an extra life. Because when you do that, you just go to 0 and then you can't use the buzzsaw. So he's just burning them at certain points. Doing pretty good. We're getting all the shells. There we go. He's got the wall.
That warp actually only skips the exact stage I was in.
Yeah.
But it's faster.
Yeah.
And we have another warp. This warp is incredibly hard. This is probably the hardest warp.
But you want to do it.
If I do one mistake, it's pretty much over. And in the middle of this warp, there is a moving platform, and the moving platform is actually on a global cycle from start of the actual level, not just the bonus. So getting into the bonus properly also sets up this cycle.
Yeah, it's very tight to hit this one.
Yeah, we are fine.
There we go, and very nice. Got the warp. So if you were to just do that level regularly, it takes a long time. It's really annoying.
It's a horrible level.
There's
And it also skips the next level, which is even worse, because that is the forest level.
So we have a spider boss. This one's not too bad to deal with. Comes down every now and again to do his very erratic movement, but it's not too bad to deal with. And pending that Laxxus has the health for it, which he should, he can take boosts like that to hit the spider up high, where you usually wouldn't be able to.
And then I miss a hit, because why not?
Perfect. Show off the full game. And take another boost, probably in the next one. Oh, maybe not. There we go.
Yeah, I'll skip the last one because
It should be said also the boss music in this is really good. They did some crazy things with Super Nintendo hardware for the music.
yeah, like the whole soundtrack is just really really good, and I think like even most people who don't like this game appreciate this music.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
And also one thing to mention, like we've seen some of those transformations with like the vehicles, and those were actually an inspiration for the transformations in Yoshi's Island. It's a cool little fact.
So we this stage is one of the more annoying ones. I think you'll probably agree.
Yeah, this and the next one are probably the hardest stages, especially to do fast.
It does have a really cool power-up on the stage, though.
Exactly, which is completely useless, but we'll show it off. So we didn't see that so far because I skipped through quite a lot of stages, but there are actually sometimes some presents lying around that transform you in like some different costumes. Like one has a shotgun and
One's fireworks, I think.
flamethrower. Yeah, firework guy. We see the flamethrower here. And there's one that only exists, as far as I know, in this stage, and it is completely useless, so I will show it. And those are usually timed, like for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it naturally just runs out unless you die.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is... Oh my god, please hit that. Sure.
Nope.
The interesting thing is usually the fleas, they take 3 hits and they have iframes between each hit. But with costumes, they don't have iframes for some reason. Alright, here we go. I hope you're ready for this one.
Best power-up and costume.
Bang. Bang.
Bang,
Yes,
bang,
that's
Plok.
all he does, and that you can hit stuff with that flag, but that's all this costume does.
We get some cool music. I guess that's a power-up.
Yeah, now I have to wait for it to run out.
It's fine, it's fine. Actually, good time for a donation.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We have $10 from Void Girl saying Plok-o-tastic.
Thank you, thank you. So, getting close to the end of the stage now.
It's still a bit.
No. Well, I'm the one that comes. Anyways.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know how this game works.
Yeah. This is another edition of the British hated children, though. This game is very hard, as we know, just like Battletoads and any Rare game. I think this is Software Creations. Careful of these, please. No, we're fine. But yeah, this is I would say pretty underrated. I don't know how expensive this game is to get these days if you want the cart.
I mean, every game nowadays is expensive if you go for retro games.
That is true, but yeah, if you were to just do the game without any of the warps, actually the warps are really hard to hit, but all the levels are really hard to do in one run. There's some really horrible stages that he's skipping. The one stage where there's like a spinning board on every little gap that you need to get by is in particular bad. But we won't be doing that one, thankfully. It's a proper challenge.
Please hit. Thank you.
There we go. All the fleas are there. And when you eliminate the fleas, even if you die, you don't have to kill them again unless you game over.
Yes, all the fleas you killed already stay dead. Which doesn't really matter on a stage like this, because you kind of have to do it the same way to open up the stuff anyway. And one little thing that I did, like when I hit the targets to explode, like the wall that was blocking me, you have a few frames to like jump off and jump up immediately instead of going around. And here we have the infamous legless stage.
This is a really hard stage.
So for the first half of this stage, I don't have legs, so I'm just hopping around like that, and it's quite hard to control. Let's open this up. I don't want to fight them this way.
We're just we're losing limbs for the start of this level. we're basically being a bit passive. We don't really. Oh, yeah, fine.
That's fine.
We don't really want to deal with any of the enemies right now. It's not a good shape to fight anything. We just kind of want to get through. There we go. We got the limbs back and we got a bit of health. So now we're fine.
Yeah, so the health, you actually, it gives you more health back if you hit it once, and even more health if you hit it twice. And if you hit it a third time, then it gets destroyed.
Yep.
So you don't get anything.
Yep, you're just out of luck.
Unless it's a secret warp, then it opens the warp.
Yep.
So if you try to find the warps, you just destroy all your health. It's great.
Yeah, it's classic trial and error. Love to see it. But the buzzsaw will take care of these in theory. I'm not sure. Is it RNG for the way they hop in?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I said, they take 3 hits, and the buzzsaw basically hits them like multiple times. I don't know if it's every frame or something, but very quickly. But if they are on the ground, you usually only get 2 hits in. I'm gonna try the skip here. I missed it. That's okay. Let's go around now.
Also, you might be noticing there's like yellow spinning dots around Plok's head. I think it's X that you can click, and little mosquitoes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's mosquitoes or bees or
yeah,
whatever.
I'm not sure. But they will home in on enemies.
I will use them here.
Yeah, why not?
To get this invincibility, to get over here. You can deboost as well, which is a tiny bit faster, but let's be safe. I really don't want to die in this stage.
Yeah, this is a nasty stage to have to redo again.
Yeah, because like even though the oh, I missed him. Let's deboost. Like I said, I don't want to deboost. Like even though the fleas stay dead, you still have to go all the way to get your limbs back and then go back and up here. So it really doesn't save anything that they are dead. But we are at the end. We should be fine now.
Last one,
There we go.
and get out of the way, please. There we go. And done with this stage, and Plok continue.
Yeah, and next up we have our last warp of the run, which is also a pretty tight one. It's actually so tight that the timer for the stage for that warp stays on 0.0 for like 1 or 2 more seconds before it actually fails. So
Yeah, now we have the Plok motorcycle.
yeah, we'll see that one later.
Got little grenades that you shoot out of it.
Yeah, I need to have good timing to destroy these before I get there, so I don't get stuck too much, because then I will run out of time.
Yeah, it's not the best hitboxes for this, but
Yeah, we're fine.
okay. Yeah, nice troll. It makes you think you finished, and then yeah, but he got it. So now we're actually at the final world,
Yeah.
and we've skipped a couple of the levels already.
Yeah,
But all
and
these levels,
another boss, but
yeah,
so this last world is a little bit different.
it's all vehicles.
Yes, and I messed up this platform, but it's fine.
Yeah, all different vehicles. Some are completely horrendous, and there's some really nasty enemies.
No, they're all great.
You know what? You're right.
This
I'm
one,
being
for
too
example,
negative. Yeah.
it is great. USA!
USA. Yeah, 4th of July.
So you can shoot lasers, and it's horrible to control. But I'm gonna skip all of this stage by clipping here, which is actually really precise, because it's really hard to control the height of this vehicle. But that worked out well.
But Laxxus is also trying to set up the Plok continue, so he can skip one of the more horrible stages later.
The most horrible one, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
But first we see the motorcycle again. And one interesting thing for those stages here is... I messed up? No, it's fine. So enemies in these stages are actually on a global timer from start of the stage. So if I get up properly at the beginning, I get usually pretty much the same patterns from enemies later on in the stage, which is very, very helpful in this stage. That's fine. Health here.
Yep, nice. If you fall here, though, it's kind of annoying. You have to go all the way around from this part.
Now we see if we get trolled here. So normally you're supposed to like deal with these enemies and kill them, but
sometimes the faster way is the easy way.
Yeah,
very
perfect.
nice. Got the second Plok continue letter.
Yeah, it's going great. I didn't have a single death so far.
Nope.
So let's jinx it here.
Yeah, exactly. No need for improv yet. But what was the vehicles on the first two levels we skipped for this? It was like the truck, right?
The unicycle and the truck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we never see the truck. It's no big deal. It's oh, I didn't want that.
Well, that's fine.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll just. Oh my god. There we go.
So we have an extra life, but you know, it's no big deal.
Yeah, it just takes an extra few seconds to die in a bit. So in a PvP attempt, I would die in different spots and not on the stage where I get the game over, but that's just too risky for a marathon run. And it only wastes a little bit of time. Let's grab some health here, just because why not?
Yeah, this when you're playing this game casually, you're afraid of everything. You want to like inch your way through, but it's very dangerous because there's going to be things off screen that are going to hit you as soon as you inch forward, or they'll chuck a projectile a long way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta descend downwards with
Also, as you might see from how I get through these very small gaps, the actual hitbox of these vehicles is very small, way smaller than the sprite.
It's gonna go under again. Very nice.
Another clip. This one is way easier because you can control the height better.
And then the stage will be
the last one, but that's fine.
There we go. Stage will be over right now.
Yeah, and we have time for another donation.
Amazing. We have $15 from Anonymous saying, I sunk 50 hours into this game as a kid, and you're further than I ever got. Enjoying watching someone clear the whole game in half an hour. Thank you very much for that donation. Unfortunately, that went neither towards a poll nor a target, so please, if you do donate, remember to click the targets and the polls tabs on the Tiltify page and allocate your money there, because then you help shape this marathon a bit more, and we always like seeing our targets getting met.
Well, you're just in time for the best vehicle. Laxxus, tell us how much you love it.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it so much that I want to skip this stage. So, this tank stage is horrible. So if you shoot, you actually have a knockback. We'll show that in a moment. Like, you get a knockback like that. And later on in the stage, you are on a small rotating platform and have to shoot up a wall to continue on. And if you fall off that platform, you fall into water and take damage. It's a horrible stage, so
yeah,
I'm skipping it.
These little platforms you see here, this is basically what you're balancing the tank on while shooting with the knockback and having to deal with obstacles, and it's a mess. But yeah, he's just going to intentionally game over now so we can use the Plok continue.
Yeah.
So we have nothing to do with that kind of mess.
And by the way, if you saw that little star on the tank, that is basically its hitbox. The rest is not a hitbox. So that part has to stay on these small platforms, otherwise you fall off. Alright, but yeah, game over warp, so we skipped that, and somehow they messed up the spot where you continue.
Yeah, it makes you think you're just continuing the same stage again, but you're not.
You just fall out of the sky like that.
Oh, lining this up a bit
it's fine.
annoying, but Fine.
Okay, now we have the actual best vehicle.
Yeah, this is a generally decent vehicle.
The UFO, it's really fast and it actually controls really well. I don't know why they apparently intentionally made the other ones control horribly, because they clearly knew how to do it better.
I guess they wanted us to earn something friendly and good for us. But, I mean, the stage is still hard, but at least the vehicle is good.
I mean, this stage is not that hard if you don't try to ignore all enemies, you know?
That is true. But the hitbox again isn't as big as you would think it is.
Yeah.
But this is not a horrible stage to get through.
No, also I skip half of it again, so
yeah,
it's fine. Oh, it was a bit too high, I think.
There we go, nice.
There we go.
And that's it. That's the end of that stage.
And we only have the final boss left.
And it's been a really good run so far.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. So the final boss is actually really boring and the pretty much easiest boss of the game. And of course you also get to have a gimmick for that boss.
Yeah. So it's not a vehicle like the rest, but it might as well be a vehicle for his feet, because you get these horrible spring shoes.
What do you mean horrible? They are amazing.
That's true, we should sell them.
Look at
Look
that.
at that, yeah, these are pretty good. So you can't stop, this is automatically going.
Yeah, you always jump like that, and it's always the same height, so you just have to know how to dodge. And basically every time the queen puts down her axe, then you kill the axe, and then she comes down and you can hit her once. There is a possibility to get 2 hits. It is very precise. Relatively recently, a Japanese runner found a setup for a consistent double hit on the first cycle, so you at least skip 1 cycle, which already saves quite a few seconds. But apart from that, it's like pretty much a waiting game.
Yeah, it's quite slow, and you just have to wait for the eggs to be laid, take them out, and then vulnerable for a bit. And then there's plenty of iframes for the boss. So yeah, usually you'll only get 1.
Yeah. Fun fact about this one is, so these presents that you get the vehicles in, they actually despawn if you wait in front of them for 4.5 or 5 minutes. So you can actually wait on this one and then use the buzzsaw move on it, because it's for some reason not disabled on this boss, as it is in all other bosses, and you just insta-kill the boss. But sadly that's slower than just fighting it normally.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could just jump over the present box.
Yeah, if there was any way to skip it, that would be huge. It would save like 2 minutes. But time is coming up.
Yep, only 2 more hits left on the sorry, never mind, 1. And time is coming up.
And time.
Pretty good. 32:01.
Yeah, pretty good, I take it. I don't think I had an unintentional death, so yeah, pretty good showcase. It is a game that is quite punishing and feels impossible at first, but once you get a bit better at it, it's like really fun. It's a really fun game to play casually and to speedrun, and everyone should actually join Ploktober when we all come together and play Plok, be it casually or as a speedrun, and you all should join in. Yeah, that's it from Plok. Well, actually, one thing I want to show off real quick. There are these.
I don't know what he's doing. He's never mentioned.
There are
Okay.
these Plok comics. So the makers of this game were really into making this character a thing, and when this game wasn't as successful as they were hoping for, they just kept making like some comics about it, and like it's really cool stuff. Like, I don't know how well you can see it there, but some cool comics and like some background also about the game and the creation and stuff. They are really cool. So I just wanted to show that off. And there's even the coloring book. You can give it to your kids. Alright, yeah, that's it for Plok. I'll be back in a bit with Little Samson. So, stay tuned.
Thank you.